everybody, LaToya Latimore here, and I just want to take some time to pour into you and just tell you guys about 2021 and what we're doing heading into 2022. So as you all know, as agents in the business, there are so many tools, coaching programs, everything that we're inundated with on a day-to-day to try to improve and make our business better to where we're growing each. So what I've noticed is that every agent, the consistent theme, what they're looking for, what they want to improve on is marketing and, of course, getting more listings. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you is some of the tools and resources that, we used in 2021 to have the success that we had, and how we are continuing to grow. Each year, we're almost doubling in numbers. Our team is growing, our business is growing. We consistently get referral business, repeat business. And of course, we figured out what to actually do in terms of what to pay for marketing and things like that in order to get the success that we're getting and to actually see a return. Because at the end of the day, you're running a business, you want profits. So I'm going to share that information with you today. Just a few things, just so you can see what we're doing and how to make it to the top. All right, so I will tell you that in 2021, the big thing for us was conversion. It wasn't about, let's pay, let's get all these leads, let's do this, let's do that, and let's see, what sticks, let's throw shit to the wall and let's see what sticks. It wasn't about that, for us in 2021. It was really about how do you get efficient? What tools and systems do you run? What do you do consistently so that you can actually see a return on your efforts and on the leads that you're bringing in? And you heard Don talk about this in a previous video. I'm going to go a little bit more into what it is that we did from a conversion standpoint. All right, so as you all know, well, I can't say you all know, but we did have a really great year. As a team, we closed more than 100 transactions. And it was a combination of buyers, sellers, small business owners, and of course, investors. Well, I will say that out of the 103 closings that we had, 32 of those were listings. Okay. And on our team, of course, Don and I primarily work listings in addition to, occasionally we work with buyers as well. But majority, the heart and soul of what we did take on 32 listings. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys, with our listings, we have a very solid process. Okay. There were some tips and tricks that I've learned. And then I implemented those for about a combination of about 2 years. And I consistently implemented these things. We were in a pandemic, okay? Everybody was at home. There was no such thing as what we traditionally did, which was open houses. We were really huge on open houses. We were really huge on door knocking. There were so many things that we implemented in the past, and we knew going into, the pandemic that we had to do things differently. So during the pandemic, out of 103 transactions, we closed 32 listings, and we still have deals that are pending for 2022. Sellers that we're still in the process of getting their homes ready so that their homes can hit the market. So we are always in a healthy flow of listings. I'll just say that right off the bat. That is the heart and soul of our business. But you'll see that's a very small percentage. Of course, the listings helped us to gain the buyer traction that we had as well. We closed a lot of home buyers. Our team was really working hard. So I'm not going to keep rambling, but what I will say is that with those 32 listings, I personally was the one who got those contracts signed, and I never left the house. Let me say that again. I never left the house to get those contracts signed, those listing agreements, okay? Not the negotiations to get under contract. I'm talking about the actual seller listing agreement. Okay, and you're probably wondering, how in the world did you get 32 listings signed and you never left the house? So I'm going to tell you guys, I was virtual, okay? I did not go and meet with the home seller and walk through their house, have this conversation with them in order to get them to sign a listing agreement with me. I promise you, just like I'm sitting here with you right now with my my webcam, that is exactly how I got 32 sellers to sign listing agreements with me. And that's just the ones that actually closed last year, okay? So I will tell you, I did a lot of virtual consultations using Zoom. That's it, just using Zoom, okay? Of course, there were some things that we did to convert to get to that point, but I will tell you that once the relationship building started from, the first conversation to pre-qualifying to getting all the way to that Zoom consultation, everything was done via Zoom, okay? Literally, I provided value all the way up until that Zoom. Once the Zoom took place, contracts were signed shortly after. Okay, they were sold before we actually met via Zoom because of different things that we did consistently to get them sold before we actually did the Zoom, before they committed to the appointment. Okay, so once the appointment was committed to, Zoom was completed, listing agreements were signed, and then the second part of the strategy started where we actually went out to the home to do the walkthroughs. Okay, and more stuff, and I won't go into detail about that. We'll talk about that on another day. But that was the strategy for getting all those listing agreements signed. Just me and my webcam and Zoom. That's number one. Right. Now, some of the other tools that I used in 2021 for consistency and to really get that traffic and that volume, I'll tell you, number one, and you probably hear real estate coaches across the country saying it, like the Tom Ferrys: video, video, and more video. I recorded a ton of videos. I didn't even realize until I looked at our YouTube library this morning to see that, oh my gosh, we are nearly at 300 videos. And I feel like I literally just started doing videos. Okay, it's been a while, it's been a journey. And I have videos for just about everything. But at the end of the day, video was my number one tool for success in 2021 and towards the end of 2020. Notice this has been a progress. It's something that has kind of taken off over time. But database, that's another one. The database that we chose to go with, what we're using to nurture our business, to convert at a very high level, our CRM. So CRM, video, and Zoom, okay? The thing is, I'm a big techie person. Not everybody is, but I'm a big techie person, and I'm really big on, you know, what can I use to make my life easier? Because there's no way that you can be responsible for training and teaching a team, running systems and processes on a consistent basis. I mean, there's so many things that we do as real estate agents. There's no way you can do that without being organized and having systems and processes in place that you run over and over again to the point to where it's just a run well, you know, machine. So with that being said, I did a lot of talking in 2021. I did a lot of talking over the phone. I did a lot of talking via webcam. But I will tell you, I never cold called. I never made a single cold call. I never door knocked. I didn't do any of those two things in 2021. And when I say those listings closed, they closed. All right, so this was my first favorite tool of 2021, and this was one of my best investments. This is a Remarkable 2. It's a paper tablet. So when I say my whole life is in this book, previous to me getting the Remarkable 2, I had sticky notes, paper, everything all over the place on my desk. My kids would walk in, they start playing with my sticky notes, and I couldn't find, you know, oh my God, where did I write that person's number down? Where did I write that conversation down? What? Because I talk so fast and my conversations are so long that I'm not typing inside of my database, but I have to enter these notes so that I can refer back to them. So literally I started just loading my forms that I use to carry my conversations. Meaning, you know, if I'm talking to a buyer, if I'm talking to a seller, and I'm pre-qualifying them, I literally have my forms loaded here, and I just duplicate to where every time I talk to a new person, I'm documenting the conversation, but I'm following the scripts because the form is right in front of me. Okay. Even during my Zoom consultations, I have the scripts, my forms loaded to where I'm documenting certain things. That way my meetings are the same every time. You know, the information, of course, is different because it varies by the client, but I'm literally talking about the same thing every meeting, and I'm consistent. I've gotten into a pattern. I'm good at it. My energy is high, and the person on the other end, they absolutely love the information they're getting. So this has kept me extremely organized. As I have ideas that come to me in the middle of the night, when I'm taking a shower, whatever the case is, I keep this thing with me all day. When I'm driving around the car, if I'm running an errand to the grocery store, I've got my tablet in my car with me because my phone rings consistently. So I never know if I've got someone actually calling in directly to me versus my team line, where there's someone who, you know, they were referred to me, which I get a lot of referral calls, and I have to be ready to have that conversation and document it so that I can get it into my database, my CRM. Because if I don't get it into the database, then it's out of sight, out of mind. I'm not going to follow up with it. Follow up is key. So you heard me say video, Zoom, my Remarkable pad, and these are the things that you can actually, you know, physically touch, see, use them consistently throughout your business. The other thing you heard me say briefly, systems and processes. I cannot stress enough how important it is to document what you do. As you're building your business, you need to start documenting the flow of how things go. You know, if you have a buying process, if you have a selling process, if you have someone rent to own or, you know, rent to buy process, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Document your darn processes, because if you want someone to take the ball after you, you don't have it written, you're going to spend more time focusing on how do I get this person trained versus having a system with videos, by the way, of how we do point A to point B, point C to point D. point G all the way to point Z. You have to document stuff. Document it, but more importantly, have the right systems and tools to carry out your same processes. Because once you have, when you stop having bottlenecks, your business will run more smoothly, and you'll see how easy it is to close 20 transactions at a time. It's not hard. You do it in your sleep. You get used to it because now you have everything in place, the support to support the business. Okay, so you've got my tools and resources of 2021. Okay. The other thing that was key, you guys, and I can't stress this enough, coaching. Okay. Don and I, we've been in a business for years. Okay. And in terms of real estate sales, you know, most of you know, we started as dual career agents. We did not go full time, completely quit our jobs until the last 2 to 3 years. Okay. So we've only full on been in this business for a good 2 to 3 years. And in that time, with this just being our main focus, we really took off. And I would say, nobody really wants to pay for coaching, okay? Nobody wants to pay, $2,000 a month to find out what they already know, because really what you're doing, you're getting accountability. So accountability is huge, okay? So I will tell you, about 2 years ago, I picked up a book, okay? It was a book about how to get, more listings. And again, I came from a really good brokerage. Coaching was a big part of that. And there was so much intertwined. Okay. So when I say that Don and I were completely trained, we had been in the industry already because we were investors. There was so much that we were already exposed to. But when it comes to, and we already ran businesses prior to our real estate business. So we're well-rounded and pretty business savvy. I'll just say that. That was a start. But at the end of the day, if you want to be successful in real estate, you have to follow what other successful people in real estate are doing. No one knows everything. You can never go into ego mode. I don't know everything. Don doesn't know everything. We're great at what we do. The agents on our team are great at what they do, but we don't know everything. So I say all that to say that I'm not the thing. Don is not the thing. Excuse me. Again, we are really great at what we do, but we know how to follow what works. We know how to implement what works. So the key is implementation, but it's not just implementation, you guys. You can get 20 different pieces of, oh, this is what works, do this, do that. This is the magic coffee of the week. This is the magic bean. Oh, this is this is that. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work for you, you will not do it. It's not going to get applied. You're not going to do it. You're not going to have consistency. You're not going to close. Okay. So 2021 was all about getting our systems and our processes smoothed out. 2022, of course, is going to be about continuing to do those things, but do those things at the level that work for our style. Okay. So again, I picked up a book about 2 years ago about how to get more listings, and I'll give you guys information about that if you want it. How to get more listings. But it was from a really top real estate coach. Okay. And when I say she's on top of her game, she's on top of her game. I mean, she's closed over, 2,000 homes in her lifetime. She consistently closes more than 100 homes a year. She is the top digital marketing queen. So after reading her first book, I didn't want to do everything. I wasn't comfortable doing everything. I was only comfortable with one thing. I'm a relationship builder. I have a background in certain things. So video to me was the message that spoke to me. I like the idea of not having to pick up the phone and cold call, because I'm just one of those type of people. If I get you in front of me, I'm going to close you. And I'm a relationship builder. I'm a closer. I get straight to the point. I don't like to beat around the bush. So if I get in front of you, I'm going to close you. That's just number one. So I don't like cold calling. I don't like beating around the bush. I don't like the whole get to this, get to that. That's just not my personality style. So after reading this book and learning that, you can actually touch thousands of people versus touching 3 to 4 people. And to me, I thought, scale. That's common sense to me. Why wouldn't I want to get in front of thousands of people versus, tens of people, right? You got to work smarter, not harder. So that concept resonated with me from day one. As soon as I heard it, I caught on to the bandwagon. There was no stopping. It took me time to develop my processes and what I do to create videos, but that was it for me. It was video. That you couldn't pull me away from video. And I would say that has been a very hot conversion tool for our team, is video. So after reading that book, she had a ton of methods, but I just chose the 2 that worked for me. Okay. With my listing process, video was one, and a few other techniques I used prior to getting to the Zoom. And when I say every time it was like clockwork, I didn't have a hard time. It was, to me, it was actually easy. I converted at a very high level. Most of my listing appointments converted. If I had a Zoom with you, you either signed a contract or we signed a contract with the intent to list within 90 days. So we were ready to go. Like we were sold on the whole process. So that is really what took off for me. Now, the coach herself, of course, the whole idea of people with their books is they want you to buy their coaching program. I didn't want to buy into the coaching program. I didn't want to spend the money for it. There were different things that we were already spending money for that we were actually getting a return on. And I'm not saying that coaching wasn't going to give me the return, but I paid for coaching in the past, not a whole lot of money. And at the end of the day, I'm just one of those type of people. I don't need someone to light a fire under me to get the work done. I'm already motivated. So for me, I just need to know what it is, the actual task that needs to be implemented, and I'm going to do it. So that's just bottom line for me. So because I did not want to pay, I mean, like I said, there's a ton of stuff that's free on YouTube. You really don't have to pay for anything. There's so much free information on YouTube. You can just keep looking and keep looking and keep looking. At the end of the day, you don't have hours and hours to spend on that. You have to get the stuff that you can actually apply and use. So because I started seeing that the few things that I did implement were working, I was pretty much sold into this particular coach. So at the end of the day, we just joined her. We joined her so we can get the coaching for free. And I have not even implemented a fraction of the stuff that, has been provided to us. Only implemented a few things, and it has already taken off. So I say all that to say, you guys, you have to find what resonates with you, but you have to get on the bandwagon for video. You have to. It's important. Okay, but not just video. You have to know what to do from a marketing standpoint. And that is what Don and I are really great at, marketing. We have really narrowed that down. The agents on our team, they benefit greatly from it. It's not all marketing. We do build a lot of relationships. We get a lot of referral business as well, but we do run a lot of marketing strategies that actually convert. And I would say that we learned a small fraction of that from our coach. Now, if I applied everything and I really took the coaching program serious, I can just see what's going to happen in 2022. And that's where our focus is on 2022, actually taking advantage of the coaching and tools that we have in front of us. So why am I sharing this with you? Because I want you to have that opportunity as well. You are part of this group for a reason. We want you to grow with us. We want you to grow in your business. We want you to continue to succeed in real estate. Don and I started a team because we wanted to help other agents succeed in this business. And we don't expect everyone to join our team. You don't have to join our team to have success. We will give you this information for free. We want you to succeed in real estate. So I do have free tickets to an event next week so that you can get a taste of our coaching system that we've been following for the past few years, what has helped us blow up. And I promise you, we have not paid for this coaching at all. So if you would like access to the free sessions that will happen next week, please just drop a comment. Just drop something below to say, hey, I want the tickets. And I promise you, I'll reach out to you personally. I'll send you, I won't even pick up the phone and call you. I will just send you the link to where you can register. That way we can get you on board. That way you too can start implementing some of the things that we've implemented in 2021 to close more than 100 transactions and to take on a good set of listings. All right, so thank you for listening, you guys. We want to help you grow. That's what this group here is all about, is helping you grow with your real estate business. So let's grow together in 2022. All right, talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.